Stop recording button.
Alrighty, we are here at the meeting, and Charm have some problems. Charm, take it away.
Thank you. And I see I was the star of last week's YouTube meeting. Such
Absolutely.
a deal. My voice is echoing back at me here for some reason, which is kind of it's a little hard to deal with. But anyway, I have to turn my volume down on my chromebooks so I don't hear it echoing back to me. That's the problem here. Is that from your speaker, Sandy?
Yeah, it could be. I don't know if it's my speakers or not, but I kind of need to in order for the microphone to get the noise and stuff like that. But I kind of have to get it turned up. But if it's a big bother, we will find a way around it.
All right, I'll do the best. I'll do what I'll do. I'll turn this down and I'll talk, and then I'll turn it back up again so I don't have to hear this jabbering. Let's see.
Yeah, that's okay. It works for me.
Okay, I've turned the volume down quite a bit. Now all I hear is my wife running the sink for some reason. Okay, so here's what happened. I go to, where a lot of times when it says search bar, address and search bar, it's a place where you can't type, but you think that you can, and then you can't. And I start typing H in the address, and then it goes to history. I'm like, I've never seen that before, and it's really annoying because I just want to type in a bleeping address, and it's very difficult.
Yeah.
Oh wait, hold on. Let me turn the volume up. Go ahead.
No, normally when you I'm not sure if you had also on my video on YouTube. We can talk about that later on. Let's take your problems one at a time. When you want to, as you have when you standing with your keyboard, and you want to open a new. Let me just see what I do.
What I did was I do it Alt number 1 because I have some shortcuts, and so I do Alt 1, and the metronome starts going. And then it finally says address and search bar.
Okay.
And that's when I start typing. And sometimes it starts thinking for me and going to something else. And sometimes it lets me type. And it's really annoying. This machine does a lot of thinking for me, and I wish I could turn 99% of it off. I wouldn't mind it doing updates on software, whatever. But if I start typing an address, I don't want it thinking for me. I don't want it thinking, oh, do you really mean this? No, I don't mean this. I mean what I type.
I don't have that particular problem on.
I'm glad for you.
I don't have that particular problem.
So
I also want to notice, you might have noticed too, I haven't said one single swear word for the last 3 minutes. You should be proud of me.
Well, it's pretty good.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying. It's a big leap. It's a big leap.
Actually, Sandy, when I was a teenager, when I went to a school for the blind, I learned more of those swear words and what they meant, and I found myself using them very indiscriminately. Yeah, and I found I had to do it all or nothing. It was kind of like I'd say, okay, at 12 midnight tonight Eastern time, I'm going to stop swearing. And I kept the record in my mind. Oh, I went 566 days without it, and I start again. If that's the only way I could do it.
Yeah.
Because my personality is all or nothing. I'm like that. I mean, another example. I'm a news junkie.
No.
So
You're saying that you're all or nothing. Now that really gives me some beep pictures inside of my beep head.
Yeah, I mean, what I'm trying to say is that.
I know what you're trying to say. You're trying to say that now you have a Chromebook. The next thing you want is a Pixel Go. Go for it. As long as you don't get one faster than I do.
I don't even know what that is. I'm trying to explain something to you.
Okay.
Okay, so as someone who's like an all or nothing personality, like mine, as a news junkie, I was up kind of late last night following the president's condition or whatever. I'm the type that when there's a presidential speech, I want to record it from all the networks on different recorders. It's not just one machine. It's like there was one debate that I recorded like 10 different feeds, you know. So I mean, it's like that's how I am with meetings.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
I'm being very considered, and I'm really trying to find the right words and put it as gently as I can. Are you ready?
Go ahead.
You're absolutely sure about it?
I'm absolutely sure about it, yes.
Okay. How does your wife keep up?
Well, my wife has her own things that she's involved in that she does, I think, to an obsess, but
No. She's a female. She can't be too obsessed.
She has her own. We have our own. We have separate things that we're involved in. She's in a 12-step program, and she helps people practically round the clock. They call her, and she makes outreach calls and whatever. And she's very involved.
Oh, that's really, really cute.
Yeah. So she sort of, in her own way, understands my setup.
She does.
And because she has other people in her life that have their own eccentric nature, you know.
Okay.
So anyway,
okay.
The last 3 minutes had nothing to do with the subject at hand. So
no, we're gonna have to stick with that. We're gonna get sharper guidelines after the Laura speech, I think.
Right. So then I went to Susie's Windows 7 machine and tried to get on the meeting from there, and it said I had to install a Google plugin, and it said install button, and I hit enter and nothing happens because I guess I have to click something with a mouse, and I don't know how to do that in NVDA. So if it was JAWS, I might have been able to, but we got rid of JAWS on that machine. And it's like, what's the matter with just simple pressing enter to get something to work?
Yeah, no, I have a question. What fun is to give a computer that, it's much easier. Oops, I did it. I'm sorry. Why not give the poor girl a proper computer with Linux on it?
Because she doesn't want that.
But that's because you haven't seen the light yet.
No, that's not it. In reality, for the most part, the only thing she uses this machine for is to get on her Zoom meetings, and she's learned how to do that pretty much herself. Most of the time, I don't have to help her, but when she gets in a jam, I'll get up and help her. But, it would be nice if somebody could come to the house and teach her. But really, what she needs the most help with is typing. It's not so much, once she could be a better typist, she would be able to navigate, I think.
Hold on a second, I just need to let somebody else in. Hold on.
Manuel Arag mode Sicket. Som Bertcan Afwas Delta Tilla button. Press search class space to activate. Manuel Arag Delta.
And Manuel. Hola.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing just fine, my friend.
Good. Is that you, Chime?
Yes, it is.
Cool.
We got before I say anything, I'm recording everything for Felix. That poor soul, he can't be here today. So you're stuck with me. I apologize, but
yeah. Sandy?
Yeah.
The other thing that I noticed is happening lately, and I think somebody mentioned it on the list, is that when I turn on the Chromebook, now I'm hearing this stupid e-speak, which is awful speech.
Yeah.
But only for like a few seconds. It says something about I forgot what it says. If you tab over, then you hear the Android voice. And
it comes on at login, basically.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, I wish I could delete eSpeak altogether from the machine.
Oh, there are ways around that. It's Linux. Just to go and see my YouTube video I put up this morning. I had a spread guys. I tell you, I've been able to post the video I made for you yesterday evening. Man, I had a spread layout for you guys. It was the whole beep thing, full dinner, and apple pie with whipped cream for afters. I mean, man. Oh yeah, I had it definitely going. I'm trying today Manny, after the Laura speech, trying not to use the F word so much, and so far, I mean, Chime is keeping me on the straight and narrow. So
Hey, believe me, I love the F word as much as anybody. Okay.
I didn't give a shit really, but oh shit, I did again.
But
Yeah.
you do give her, you don't take her. You give her.
Right.
Yeah.
What? Am I getting different pictures in my head in here? Oh yeah, I definitely am. That's okay.
Sandy, if you like, I don't know if he'll see it in time. I could send the link that you sent to Larry. Maybe he can join us later.
Yeah, you go right ahead. I mean, he's
Okay.
welcome. Everybody is welcome. We're not.
I know, but you wanted him to join, and I'm going to
Absolutely, go ahead. Have him join. I mean, he's welcome anytime.
Okay, I'm going to do that now. I'm going to turn the volume down on this so I can concentrate on sending him the link.
Okay,
You
can
guys
do.
start-
Yeah, I know males can multitask. That's okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
Hey,
what?
I started watching your video.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
that was cool.
What?
Eh?
And what? What?
No, I just wanted to tell you I started to watch it.
Yeah. Okay.
Many things were over my head, but that's okay. I'm here to learn from you,
Don't say this. Laura is listening. I mean, man, give it a break.
No, I saw it. It was cool.
I was like, why don't you just come out and say it? Say it downright. I mean, I've been whining about the memory leak for weeks, and I will again. I mean, it's not. I don't think it's fair to, and I don't care if she kicks me off the mailing list or what she's gonna do, because the way I see it, I can go out and buy 10 Pigos. It doesn't fucking touch my bank account. But oh shit, I did it again. That really doesn't mean anything to me. That and I don't know. That's $10,000, something like that. No, that can't be. Yeah, that's not far off the mark. Anyhow, not many people can do this, and so the way I see it is that okay, Google have to make a commitment right here because we have COVID-19, we got people living party in the United States. Google have to get their act together, and find out okay, where are we going? I mean, if they are going to make operating system that require 8 GB RAM and an i5 processor, okay, they're gonna miss out on a hell of a lot of people who cannot afford that kind of commitment. So and I mean, I could be like, I don't give a fuck, but if I did this, Felix would skin me alive, and we can't have that. I mean, being skinned by the almighty Felix. I don't know who I'm more nervous about, Laura or Felix, but yeah, well, I know. So this is also why we have those meetings, to keep, as Laura said, we want to keep a nice community, we want to keep it warm, we want to keep it welcome. When I saw that mail, I was like, girl, you know what? Come out here to our meetings, give it a rumble. We're always ready to receive you. That's the way I see it.
I get you. I understand. I do understand. Okay. You know what I mean?
And I know we are not being political correct, but hey, NASA was not political correct back in the 80s. We know we have to have our little spaces here and there.
Well, and then also, this was community sponsored. You know what I mean? Yes, we're using Google's platforms, but really, this is no different than if we had a club made of yo-yos. People who wanted to play with yo-yos. You know what I mean? It is a community that you guys built. So you don't have to be.
Actually, it was Felix who started those meetings up. He was like, I'm gonna do this, and I think what happened, his girlfriend put him on a short leash. That's what I think, but that's okay.
No, that's okay.
So yeah, that's definitely okay. I'd love to see pictures, but that aside, Fido, here's your biscuit. I don't know.
Hey.
No, he's a cool guy. He's a cool guy. I like him lots, which is also why, I said, gonna hold down the fort. So it's gonna be nice. I wonder what happened to what is he called?
Chime. He's coming. I think he got a phone call.
Okay. So yeah, we don't have Felix to play the piano today, but
All right, I would like to hear a traditional Danish song.
You would like to hear a traditional Danish song? Oh my goodness. Do we need this?
Okay, no, I get.
No. I mean, I can definitely do this for you. If you mean it, I mean, I can do it. Hold on, let me get the stuff set up, because I think this is, this. I said this in the email. There ain't no stupid questions, and so of course, I live to serve, and so I serve.
I love culture.
Let me just see if I can find the right charger.
Okay.
Okay.
So Chime is back with us.
Say what?
Say what?
Oh no.
No, nothing. Manny wants to hear a traditional Danish song.
Oh.
Yeah,
it's that feedback of my voice coming back at me that's really weird.
Yeah, that's because you've been, I told you this before. There's only one kind of snow. That's the white kind.
You know something. I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind winter if somebody could invent hot snow.
Yeah, you said this before.
Yeah, I guess I did. Yeah. But somebody said, wouldn't that be cotton candy?
As long as it's not a cupcake. I mean, that's okay. Okay, Manny. Here we go. I'm gonna open GarageBand in a few minutes. Here
Okay.
we go. Oh, it did it on the sound.
I'm glad you like that style of synthesizer.
You're glad I like what?
Right.
You like that kind of synthesizer. That is the kind that I use.
Okay.
Yeah, Manuel's voice is getting chopped up by the way the feedback of the other speak.
I don't know if it's him or if it's me. It could also be Google, you who have done something with meeting to lower the bandwidth to let more people use
No,
it.
but this didn't happen until you started recording the meeting. See, I mean, she's playing the speech in some other language, and it's chopping you up, Manuel.
It's also chopping you up.
Yeah.
That's true.
I'm trying to remember where to find it. I think it's... Oh. Oh yeah, here we go. See, I'm such a good girl. I live to serve. I said this before, nobody believes in me. They should, because it's really, really true.
Now I will believe.
Oh,
But slow.
Charm is right though. It's chopping it all up. A Danish traditional song. about Chromebooks. Gonna be.
I thought those are the drums of the song.
There is no drums in the song.
No, drums.
No drums or drones or anything.
Oh.
Oh yeah, exactly. Oh, that reminds me of a Nickelback song, but we're not gonna go there. Now I got my keyboard. We want to keep the community warm and welcoming, so. Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ isn't coming back.
Okay. Laser cut. Red pen on stage.
Let's see here. Why is it not doing? Okay, that's probably a little bit too high, but we're gonna. That wasn't a traditional Danish song, but it was a start.
That's cool.
I have a question. How much is the computer system actually chopping it up?
I could hear you okay, but I also muted myself, so I knew that none of your signal was coming back through my microphone.
Okay.
So I could hear okay.
Yeah.
But I know as I speak, I hear my voice coming back through my phone chopped up.
Yeah, same here. But the piano wasn't chopping at all.
Okay, I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna try something more traditional because I wanted some feedback on what it actually does. Me and Felix been talking with us about this. Let's see here. That has to be enough for now, boys. I am definitely gonna be. I'm looking forward to this one. So, what are you guys up to? Tell me something interesting.
Right now, while I'm on the phone with you guys, I am also sending out, doing some remote support for people. A couple of students have broken Braille notes. That's all that's happening here. Isn't it nighttime where you are?
Yeah, it's like. What is it? It's like. Let me just check.
1950. 31.
Yeah, it's like 7 p.m. or something. 7 p.m. CET. No, what? CST. No, what the heck? Is
Sandy, maybe if you wore headphones, I don't, then the feedback wouldn't be going on. I don't know.
Yeah, but then we have the whole problem that the computer won't record it.
Yeah, I know, but it's just like it's so in the way that I don't know how. The recording's going to sound like SH, you know what, listening to it like this. So I don't know.
I think what we're gonna do, Cham, is we're gonna. I actually thought about this before. Yeah, I know you can get them cheap at at Walmart. You can get some bone conducting earphones. I actually thought about buying a bunch and just send them around to everybody.
Yeah, well, I could put an earphone into this thing. I think there's a jack in here, but that wouldn't. I don't know that would solve. If I put an earphone in, it wouldn't. It's like once you started recording, that's when it started. So the issue is on your end, not on here. And it's not on Manuel's end.
That's strange.
No, it's not. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
2980 microphone. Tick stop recording. After 20 switch to take portrait photo. 2921.
It's difficult for us to engage in a dialogue with the voice coming back like that. At least that's my opinion.
Try. I think it's because you don't wear headphones. Let me just try one thing and see if it's me.
Tab F R E U9 E. Total used free shared buffs. Cross swap 11804 11 4988.
Holy cow! That it could be me. I'm gonna say it down right. It could be me.
E I X X E E X T. Meet QWVB.
It could be me because the computer's gonna use lots of RAM.
Camera window. Camera.
Hey, said
Chrome meet QW.
Try talk now. Just you two have a conversation. I'm gonna try different things.
In microphone.
Yeah, it's still feeding back. Manuel wanted to say something.
Hey, actually,
No.
wow, that sounds
Do
great.
logic.
Actually, all of a sudden, I hear you just fine.
Okay.
I was can come back.
Okay, and mine's
she left. No, she didn't.
yeah, and mine's better too. I think now.
Sandy.
Yeah.
Oh, Sandy's mic.
Yeah, Sandy's mic is muted. Yeah. Or maybe if she dropped off, I guess the meeting would die. I guess I don't know.
Right. Yeah. No, it shows that she's connected.
Here it comes again.
No,
Is that you?
I'm here.
In microphone. Stuck it.
Hi.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's kind of it's kind of
In
interesting.
microphone.
I don't know.
It's kind of funny that it does this, and it only does it with me. Normally, I go through just fine. I mean, I did last week.
Sure.
It's kind of interesting. Anyhow, Chime, you talked about earlier. You will live through this. You do yoga. If you don't, I will come and teach you. I promise. It's gonna be your new best thing. You was telling. Come again.
I know that there are several styles, and I was going to ask you what style you teach, like this Vikram or those different kinds, right?
In microphone.
Do you
Yeah. Okay.
teach us
So
style?
I just I'm just going to work on a new politics. It means that when I'm not talking, I'm just going to turn the mic off. Basically, I think
Oh.
it works for me. So
I do. That's cool. Okay.
okay, what kind of yoga style do I teach? Normally Yin or the one called Hasra. It's the one giving the highest pulse count and the best respiration, stuff like that. So I'm basically the video that I shot to you guys this morning. I actually did this one after I was doing yoga. So basically, I wake up at about 4 a.m. in the morning. So yeah, that's me.
In microphone. Slack it.
That's cool. That's pretty cool.
I got to read a reply to a message over here, so I'll be good. You guys go on for a few minutes.
In micro.
Okay, so yeah, what can I say? Obviously, Laura wanted us to be more, warm and welcoming, and not, criticizing the memory leaks so much. I'm gonna meet her. I'm gonna say it right out. I'm gonna meet her halfway, but I'm gonna demand more work from the developers at Google. If I don't get this, I will shout even louder, and I will not give up about this because we are talking about COVID-19. If people was having lots of money in their hands, I'd be more like whatever. But
Sure.
also need to investigate a couple of things. As I said, I had a good thing going for me last night, but apparently I was being stupid and used my HP for recording the video. I shouldn't have done that. I should have used the Pico. Man, I tell you, I had this one stretched to the gills. I mean, really, it was like, holy moly. I was having a I have wanted to test the Pixel Go for a long time because the way I see it is that I have a sight handicap, so I am 100% dependent on the computer. It's not like I'm living alone right now, so I can always go and ask people. You can kind of be like what works, what doesn't. But I want my computers are like my Merlin engine in my aircraft in the simulator. It's it's like the light. You press a key and you turn it on. It's the same way with the computer. You turn it on and it works. And
Sure.
if it doesn't work, you program it so it works. And yeah, if you can't do that, you gotta find some books and read. And that's pretty much what I did.
I get that. And I understand where you're coming from as far as trying to urge people to fix the problem that you're finding.
Yeah.
Trend. Full add or Slack microphone. Control plus D. Mod. This I
Being a user,
Chime cap. Manuel Aragon. Chime
in
capsies.
that situation.
Yeah.
I think she probably didn't want
Fast forward. Slide light and fast microphone until her end. Chime capsies. Button. Press search plus space to activate.
That's probably it.
Go on.
Anyway, that's all. I mean, other than
Deep to the
that, I
microphone.
think
But F judge. Will do slide light and fra chime capsies fra alpha Kun chime capsies can slide light until
definitely we
slide light and fra
recognize
microphone until her end. Manuel Aragon. But will do slide light and fra chime capsies fra alpha Kun chime capsies can slide light until Deep to the microphone.
I think you do a lot. I have about 6 different devices that I can
Slide light and fra microphone until her end. Chime
depending
capsies.
on what
Button.
I'm to do.
Press search plus space to activate.
But I think for your situation, you're relying on it a different way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, he's in, but he was on a phone call, so I muted his microphone.
Okay, that's cool.
I think he's gonna come back. Cham, when you're ready to do this, you can do this with CTRLD.
Chime capsies. Manuel Aragon. Shayal. Collapsed.
So yeah, I'm pretty much like I'm pretty much like if you don't know what it sounds so arrogant when you put it like this, and it's not meant as such, but when you when you if you don't know how to do something, read up on it. That's pretty much how I see it.
Later, now, press up, page 203. Page 2, press up, later, now.
You said read up on.
Completed. Episode 6 of the Monday.
Come again?
That's
Yeah, I got you. So in a way, I'm definitely gonna. I know what Laura means. I mean, we are pretty direct, some of us, and we are, it's a little. We are maybe a tiny little bit to the edge of the envelope, but I wouldn't be anxious about not being warm and welcome. I mean, I get lots of messages for some of the videos that I put up on YouTube, and we have these ones meeting going on for us, and yay, stuff like that. I think it's gone really good.
yeah.
It's just really sad. It's sad that Felix let me down today. I mean, I'm grief stricken. I tell you, I'm depressed like nothing else. I'm traumatized.
I see it all over you, the way that you're acting. You are grief stricken.
I am traumatized. I am telling you.
You know, the tears.
Yes, the
are just
tears.
getting in the way, creating interference.
I mean, the tears, I can't see. I mean, the flood of tears is so thick that it's impossible to see through it. I mean, man, I could be starting a, air carrier in these things. It's not sandy paper, it's salty standards. But yeah, what can I say? No, it's okay. I mean, I will find it in me to forgive you, Felix, one day. When my heart is not torn in two by different kinds of feelings.
Different kinds of feelings, exactly.
There are two ways to be right, Felix. There's the right kind of right and there's the wrong kind of right. And this, I tell you, is the wrong kind of right. I tell you, Felix. Can you feel it, bro?
I'm sure he can.
I don't get how he can do this to me, but apparently he can. Yes. As I said, my computer is much more devoted to me than he is. I mean,
yeah.
But maybe there's a reason for this. Could be. We don't know. Oh man. I'm hoping Chime comes back. He didn't get pissed off by me muting his mic. But yeah.
Oh no.
I think he's gonna be fine.
Sure.
So yeah. What was I gonna say? It's kind of funny. How do you dial in? I was about to say, how do you connect? You use your iPhone, right?
Yeah, currently I'm using my iPhone.
Copy
that way, because I know that my Samsung Chromebook is not the hottest. So if I need to duplicate anything on it, I like to have that completely free. That way I'm sure what is the behavior.
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah.
Oh, I definitely get that. I'm actually wondering if I turned subtitles on, if your iPhone would start to talk the undertext. Oh, here we go.
Okay.
Welcome back, Time.
I this stupid thing muted my mic.
No,
No.
that stupid thing was me.
Well,
It was just so that we could.
Man, no, Chime, that was close because you had a phone call, and we could hear what you was talking about.
No, Sandy, what I'm trying. Let me turn off my speech. This is awful. This is really awful. Okay, the thing is, if Laura were on the meeting, I think it would be more structured and it would be more a formal discussion than this kind of this very loose chit chat session.
I can make it structured if you want to. Just give me some topics that you want to discuss.
Well, no, I mean, it just seems like if somebody were to join us, they might just think, well, we're just there's like a fraternity or something, and we're
Oh
not
no!
really.
Oh no! Oh no!
I mean,
Me and I can tell you, I'm happy that you bring this up because then you know, me and Felix have talked about this, and I promise you, we have probably more strict guidelines for these meetings than you know Laura have already thought about. But I'm happy that you bring it up, meaning
well,
that if somebody joins and come in with a question that you know we will absolutely answer it.
well,
That
and that's nice. I'm glad. I mean, obviously, you guys have tried to help me from time to time, and I appreciate it. You know.
absolutely.
But it's just like, I don't know, just for Laura, just instead of Laura criticizing, although she was nice about it, let her join the meeting and be involved.
Yeah,
you know?
but nobody is holding Laura back. Laura is welcome to join anytime, any place, anywhere. I would love to have her.
There must be a reason why nobody from Google or the developers are joining this thing.
Yeah, right now they're busy as hell. Honest.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. They got probably without me knowing it. I don't know how many Chromebooks are out there, but I can tell you from experience that when I start power up my my HP or my Acer, that the experience is let's call it really slow. Then I have not been political incorrect, and so I'm guessing the way it goes at Google right now is that they meet in the program the hell out of themselves, because that's what I would do if I was there. And you know, when I was lying in back home going to sleep, stuff like that, I would be watching YouTube videos like this, and that's the way it works. She knows. She put out a message on the main list saying basically, you all got to tone it just a tiny little bit down. And admittedly, I have been whining about this on YouTube. I will be keeping on whining about this on YouTube because you got blind people out there in the United States having low-end Chromebooks. Not just blind people, also people with other handicaps. They could be blind, they could be deaf, they could have both at the same time. And they're relying on the computers. If Google can't make a good job out of that, well, they gotta hire some programmers who can, fix the fucking memory leaks. And that's the way it is. And that's, the reason why we have those meetings, because I want to hear from you, I want to hear from Kenny, what is the deal with these Chromebooks? I mean, what can we do to help you guys, and how can we make them better?
Before Manny came on, I guess I should mention to him briefly, because he didn't hear that when I was trying to type in the URL, it would say address and search bar, and there'd be times I'd start typing and it wouldn't let me, or it would go, if I typed in H, it would go to history. This stupid thing does a lot of thinking for me, and I wish I could turn that off.
Okay. Let me ask you this: when it was actually were you actually in an edit field?
Well, it doesn't tell me if I'm in an edit field. It just says address and search bar, and if I tab around, I can tab back to that field, but it doesn't say editor or text entry field or anything like it does in Linux. It just says address and search bar, and I could start typing, and then all of a sudden it would do something else, like it would open up another. Now I know the alerts were coming along, like it was doing updates. I got that, but beyond that, it was doing a lot of thinking for me and doing other things that I didn't ask it to do, like going to some of the things I had done before, weeks ago or whatever. It was a really annoying experience, and that's why I finally went to my wife's Windows 7 machine, tried to get on there, and I had more different issues. So I came back to the Chromebook, and I was lucky enough to be able to get in here, albeit late.
So here's the thing.
Camera window.
If you heard the cues, the sound cues, because that's also another way of knowing if you're focused in an edit field. And then the other thing to separate out is, was it going to addresses that you have been to in the past, or was it, for example, going down to headings?
I think it might have done both at different times, but addresses I've gone to before, yeah, that's a problem. I mean, I wouldn't mind opening a menu to do that, but I don't want it just thinking for me. Like as soon as I start typing, it starts to fill in what it thinks. Yeah, and I hate that. I want to turn that off.
I believe it is called autofill, and I believe that you change it in a preference. Let me go to where it is, and then I think I can direct you to where it is. But it's a browser behavior kind of thing.
Oh, it's a behavior, all right.
I have a fast question before you do this. Are you sure that you don't have sticky keys turned on?
Yeah.
No, I couldn't even get sticky keys to work anymore. Even though I enabled it, it doesn't. If I go, if I hit the the Alt key twice or whatever it is, it doesn't say sticky keys on or off.
Sticky mode disabled.
Do the caps lock key instead, or what is search?
That's the what, shift space?
That is the caps lock key, or that is above shift.
All right, let me turn the speech back on. Okay, but and of course, when I turn the speech back on, I have to wait for the metronome.
QWBBHCMOEs.
Okay, it just read the 5 or 6 digits of the meeting ID.
Good deal.
Yeah. Okay, so you want me to hit the caps lock key?
2 times.
Leave call.
It says leave call.
Move your finger down 1 key and then tap it twice.
Alert. Caps lock off. Alert.
There you go.
Caps lock off.
It says cap. Go ahead.
Your shift key 2 times.
That was the shift key.
Move.
It should be said that chime is on a external keyboard.
Yes.
Okay, that's okay. So your bottom row of keys includes like Control and Alt, correct?
Yeah. Yes. Right. Control is on the left. Then there's what some people call the Windows key, and then the Alt key.
Okay, and so that is where. Okay. So tap that. What is the Windows key? Tap that 2 times.
Nothing happens.
Okay, and you did that. Did you do a double tap?
Yes. Nothing happens.
Okay.
If
Press
I
it
try,
once.
huh?
I'm just trying to hear do you get a feedback when you hit it 1 time?
Nope.
Cool.
Let me see. It used to be that I could use the right Alt key or the right Windows key twice, and it would give me sticky keys, but it doesn't do that anymore.
Interesting.
I mean, the sticky keys were stupid anyway because I couldn't really arrow up the screen like I could in a flat review session, and so it really didn't do me very much good.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh no, it's not cool.
I like it every now and then when I don't want to use that many fingers to hold down a modifier.
Yeah,
Totally.
I know, but it's like as I think I mentioned on the very first meeting, or I've mentioned it so many times, people are probably tired of hearing, is that the way that people refer to
100%.
not only in Chrome but in NVDA or in Speak Up in Linux, they refer to the name of the key as the name of the screen reader instead of what the key is actually called in conventional use. Like if many of us know this as the Windows key, then call it the Windows key. Don't call it Speak Up plus this or NVDA plus this. It's like that. What does that mean to a new user? They don't know what that is.
Well, I get that, but you have to look at it that when people create these names, that name of that key will a lot of times shift and move.
Oh.
You know what I mean? So, like, for example, JAWS, depending on whether you're using desktop or, laptop layout, it will use either the insert key or the caps lock key as its modifier.
Right.
So they end up having to call it the JAWS key just so that they don't have to write two different key names
Oh,
and perhaps give a little more confusion to a student. So I get what you're saying, but it is that's the way it's written in books. But like whenever I teach, I see what makes this person react, because some people don't react to the Windows key. You just have to call it the key between Alt and Control.
well,
You know.
sure.
And-
But I mean, how many of? I mean, there probably aren't that many. I'm just guessing now. I could be wrong. There probably aren't that many people who didn't spend a few years in Windows between DOS and Linux, or between DOS and something else, that we know what the Windows key means. It's like, it just, I don't know. It's like the difference in meteorology between calling it soft hail and grapple, whatever they call that,
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and that's true, and I get that, and they I don't know, it's tricky because so many times you end up having to use a key anyway that doesn't exist otherwise. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Yeah. On my internal keyboard for my Chromebook, there's only two modifier keys on either side of the space bar. So that when I did want to connect up a full-size keyboard, I kind of had to get out of the habit of using my caps lock as my search
Menu
key.
opened.
Yeah. Oh, I just touched the regular keyboard on the Chromebook, and all of a sudden it said menu opened.
Okay, press escape.
Oh, okay. I'll press. Okay. I pressed escape on my external keyboard just to not confuse anything. I mean, there's many times. Oh, now we're back to feedback again.
No, that's probably my mic. That's because I have a question.
She wants to say something.
It's also really good, and I kind of think it is interesting to me. The way that his computer reacts. We tried this with him before. I think we'll even have him disconnect the keyboard from his Chromebook.
We did.
Yeah, and the smart thing would be to reset everything. I mean, how many things do you have on your Chromebook? Honest.
Just like the most recent Zoom version and things. I mean, nothing that important.
No. Okay, because if you don't have anything important, if I was you, I would power wash it and bring it back to life. If Larry is capable of dropping by and doing it for you, I will be happy to drop by.
Larry's in Arizona, and he's been there for the whole time of the pandemic, and I don't think he's coming back anytime soon. And so I'm sort of there is another one of my Linux people who lives close by who can come by if we absolutely have to, but he's not a fan of the Chromebook, but he will help me with it.
He ought to be ashamed of himself, basically. I shouldn't say this, but I do, because Chromebook is all Linux underneath. Honest.
Yeah, right. I'm sure he knows that.
Anyhow, I think it's really, really interesting because I'm going with manual this one. I mean, I do this when when we fly in the flight sim. You call different things depending on the student that you have with you. I mean, you can tell a guy to step on a ball, but that's not a really smart thing to say to a female student. That's when you keep the ball. That's basically when you keep the ball centered. The guys get that analogy. We girls have a harder time with it. Well, it's not what we say. It's actually not what we say today. We say keep it straight and level. But yeah, you get what I mean, I hope.
I do.
Good.
Yeah, I mean, in reality, Manny, I mean, ever since I started using Speak Up in 2003, I've always had that, that kind of confusion, about the names of certain things. And with with Speak Up, it doesn't get in my way very much because I pretty much do the same things every day, and if I don't do the same thing for a week, I tend to forget some of the things, but with the Chromebook, because so many things I can't just up and down arrow to, like if I do the launcher, the shelf and then the launcher, I can up and down through certain things, but a lot of things it will not up and down and say anything, as we're certainly in, on the Windows desktop or whatever, a lot of things are up and down plus tab, or you can use either one. On the Chromebook, most times I can tab around, but I can't up and down. It will not say anything.
Okay, so are you using anything besides the arrow keys to do
the tab?
Okay. I think it would be a good idea for you to actually get comfortable with the actual commands. So in other words, when is it appropriate to use search and arrows? Or when is it appropriate to use search, shift, and arrows? Because, okay, I'm going to give you a serious disclaimer here, okay? I used to teach, so whatever I'm about to say is not any sort of a judgment on what type of a user you are, okay?
Right, but I mean, I'm
so what I'm about to say is that in general, it really helps the assistive technology user to put more in your toolbox besides tab and arrow keys. So there are often times that, for example, when I want to check my, what version of OS I have on my Chromebook, I can simply go from the top of the page down to the heading that says about. You know what I mean? Using search key with H. And that really cuts down from about 30 keystrokes of the down arrow to about 2 keystrokes with this certain command.
I want to say something really, really fast.
Yes.
With the Chrome, with the Pico, you're right about that. But the Pico's processor is so powerful, even on the i5, you basically just hold search control, arrow down, worm all day, sir. I tell you. But aside from that, you're right. I mean, I'm sitting back here and being really, really quiet letting you do this because you say, me and Felix talked about this also. You are a teacher and we should bring you more into the discussion. So by all means, go ahead.
Microphone.
Well, okay, so I sometimes will hold down a key if I know that, okay, it just needs to go down about halfway. I'll hold down a key and yes, it will eventually get there. But comparatively, we call that it would be inefficient. It would be inefficient to hold down a keystroke, even if you've got fast processors, if the environment, because it doesn't always, but if whatever you're working with gives you the ability to go directly to a spot using some of those standard landmarks, in general, it's a good idea to try to make use of those as much as possible. You know what I mean? Now, again, nobody's wrong if they don't. Nobody's wrong at all if they don't. But it can help. That's all. You know what I mean?
Manny.
Yes, sir.
I have no problem with you judging me as a user so much. Although I got to say that last week I'm not sure Kenny. I think Kenny had enough of me after a while. But anyway, that because I tend to. Change is a very bad swear word in my life, and it's just something I've never gotten used to in general.
Hey, brother, we are all human, and I totally am cool with everybody having those different sets. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I can sort of handle myself in Linux because it's all just typing from the command line and. If I need a menu, I can go into links and use links as a menu for things. I mean, it's pretty simple for me. The other thing is there are no, there's nothing like the Apple Store for me to go to and learn the Chromebook. And there's nobody who can come into the house who knows the Chromebook very well and teach me, especially with the pandemic now, but even if there weren't, so I'm almost on my own, and so the Chromebook tends to sit here a lot, except for times when I'm going on a webinar or a Zoom meeting or something. I wanted to use this as a replacement for my laptop, but it doesn't have. But the Chrome doesn't have the flat review, and without the flat review, it's going to be very difficult for me to go through an index of messages and navigate through them, in Alpine. So maybe the Chromebook isn't for me. I don't know.
It's possible. I mean, okay, so on a very basic level, do you send out email using the Chrome browser?
Heck no.
Okay.
Heck no. I send out email on Alpine or Pine, which is a Linux mail client. Well, they have it for Windows too, but
Okay.
And
Does that give you a command line-ish kind of an environment?
I'm sorry?
Does that give you kind of a command line-ish kind of environment?
Yeah, of course it does. And
so that's what you like using.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Now, when it comes to a browser, Lynx, LYNX is it's menu driven, and that's I was used to that before I was other things, and I many years ago, somebody tried to get me into using, back when I was in Windows a little bit, I was still logging into a shell account from DOS. They were trying to get me to do things in Outlook. And, I don't remember some of the other tools, and I just couldn't get used to it. I think maybe a few times
Press +space to activate.
I